Charlemagne prime, Charlemagne prime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe for Alright, the nards. Hey, what's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing another Batman the Animated Series action figure review on the DC Collectibles Batmobile. If you're trying to pick up one of these, you can't get it. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. This is just too awesome. I've been wanting something like this for a very long time. This is a 1/12 scale Batmobile. This thing is huge. You're looking at 27 inches across. It's about 10.5 inches deep and about 7 inches tall. I love the packaging for this, and I like how it's reminiscent to the other figure packaging right over here. This is the Riddler. Still haven't opened it yet. Anyway, it says Batman the Animated Series up top right over there. I think that looks really cool. And then on the back of the packaging, you can see right there's the Batmobile, and it has working lights. And then on the side right here, you can see the front of the Batmobile. Then on the other side, you just get Batman at the logo, and there's absolutely nothing at the bottom. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's the Batmobile out of the packaging. Just a spectacular piece. I am just gushing over here. I am so happy about this. I already have Batman and Robin sitting in there. So you know how long this thing is. It's actually 26 inches across, well, just under 26 inches across over here. This just looks so sleek, just so cool. And looking at the bottom right over here, you can see it's just all flat and gray. I like that you can see the treads right here in the tires. That looks really nice. These are rubber tires over here too, and it does have a working axle also, which I think is really neat. That's cool, so you could shift that around side to side. Now this comes with an instruction booklet right here. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can see how the seatbelts work right there, which is actually pretty tricky getting the figures working with the seatbelts. And then right here you can see how this cockpit opens up right there. And on the back it shows you got to remove this panel with a screwdriver to insert 3 AA batteries, which are not included. I already put the batteries in here, so all you have to do is just flip this switch right there, and now that looks just very cool. So I love the headlights over here. That looks really awesome. Digging that. And then looking around the side, you can see that there's a blue light right here inside the cockpit. You can kind of see Batman chilling right there, right? You can see him. Yeah, you can see him. Then you can just open it up, and you can see how there's the blue light right inside, so you can see both of them. Wow, almost looks like a black light. And close this back up. And then looking at the very back, oh man, that is so sick. I love this part because it reminds me of the intro, you know, and it just fires up and oh, dude, this is badass. I really like this a lot. Just looks fantastic. No complaints with this at all. That is just really killer. I love it. And with the lights turned back on in here, it just looks really cool still. I just absolutely love this part of it. And looking on the back, you can see the little slits right there. That is just too awesome. Then just getting another look at the front of this thing again, looking at these headlights, just look really good. I really like this matted black that this whole thing has. It's very smooth, very clean. I really like this silverish gunmetal color that they have for the front grille right there. That just looks awesome. Same thing right here on the side. It's more of a grayish color than I guess a gunmetal color. The hubcaps right over here look really cool too. Then looking at the top of this again, it's just a very solid piece, you know, not the most intricate, complex design for a Batmobile, but it's just very solid and it does it justice. This actually used to crack me up because when there'd be like little hills and stuff like that, you would actually see the Batmobile warp around the shape of some of the hills that it used to drive around, which I always thought was pretty funny. But coming right back inside here again, the light is still on. You can see that we get this nice blue tint right here for the windows, so I really like that a lot. You can see Batman and Robin sitting inside the Batmobile, which is actually quite tricky getting these guys in here. Not so much for Robin. Batman, yeah, it's a lot trickier getting him in there. You know, basically what you have to do is you get him pre-positioned, you know, so you have to get the legs sticking all the way up, and then you have to grab the cape and then just dig right in like that. Same thing with the Robin figure, you know, and you want to use the cape that's a little bit more narrow. Now, as far as getting other Batman figures inside here, I was able to get the 7-inch scale NECA Toys 89 Batman in here, but unfortunately, this will not close. This will clip the ears, but he will sit inside there. Now, the Mafex Batman from The Dark Knight will fit in here too. This looks really good, and it can close up here without clipping the ears, so I really like that. And then trying to get the DC UC Batman in here is just way too much work. This cape is just way too firm in it.
it will not bend enough for him to get inside there. So unfortunately this guy won't work. Now getting a good look inside here, this has some really nice detail in it. I really love these detailed paint applications right over here. And then the steering wheel looks really good. You even have some red buttons. I really like how these parts are green, but actually when you turn the lights on they shine blue. Find the button right underneath here. Yeah, you can see they shine blue, but then when you shut them off it actually looks green, which I just think is kind of interesting. Either way, I think it looks pretty cool. Now looking at the back of the cockpit over here, you can see the seat belts right there. You can see the gear shift selector right over here, looking really nice. I like how it has bat ears right here. Then looking on the back end, you can see some more of the gray paint and everything. That's where the seat belt connects. This is really cool how this works. They have this nice elastic band so that you can wrap that around the figure, and it works kind of like a real seatbelt, which makes it, I don't know, kind of complicated. This is actually my least favorite part of this whole toy, of having this thing. Let's see, the little seatbelt thing got lost, which happens in real seatbelts, right? So here it goes. So I found it, and then you can just clip it right here into the side. This is quite tricky. Watch, I end up doing it like really fast in just one shot, but getting this around here, you can see there's just very little space right here between the cape and the seat belt buckle, and getting that all in there is just really tricky, but I kind of did it. I mean, there it is. You can see I need to get the arm out from underneath there. So luckily this is an elastic band, so you can move that around. Let's see, come on. Oh, and then I unplugged it, dang it. Alright, so yeah, like I said, it's very tricky. But you can get him sitting in here. It does look cool, and you can close it without clipping his ears. Another thing that's a bit bothersome though, and this is actually my second complaint, is getting his hands on the steering wheel is a bit tricky. I just really can't seem to manage getting his hands around the steering wheel over here. I mean, I can get this hand around here, but now, nope, not even doing that. Yeah, so it makes him sit kind of far away, and it's just really tricky getting that together. And I don't think it's possible to get both hands on the steering wheel over here. It's just his arms aren't long enough, and he just sits too far back from the steering wheel to make that happen. So I just prefer to have him sitting here, you know. I mean, I'm just going to assume he has it on autopilot the whole time. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is about 26 inches long, just under 26 inches. It only stands at about 5.5 inches tall, and at the widest, it's only at about 8.5 inches. Then to see how tall it is, next to the Batman animated series figure standing outside of the Batmobile, you can see that Batman definitely stands taller than the Batmobile. And then here's the Batmobile next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Okay, I know I'm a Marvel and you're a DC, but can I please ride the Batmobile? Oh, sweet, thank you. Aw. Oh no! No! So I'm very happy with this piece. I do have to mention one other issue, and I didn't notice this just till I was doing the stop animation, that somehow the Batmobile actually cut off two of the little fins right here at the bottom of my animated series Batman. You can see there's two of them missing right there, and I don't know exactly how that happened. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I could hear, yeah, they just both fell out right there, so it happened from the Batmobile. I'll glue these back together, so I am sad about that. I don't know how that happened, so I can't tell you how to avoid it, but I can warn you to be careful about putting the Batman figure inside there. But other than that, I think this is a great piece. The seatbelt thing is a little bit bothersome too, but you have to understand the price point on this thing is amazing. It's only 85 bucks at retail price, and it's pretty light too. I have to mention that it's mostly hollow. I wanted to talk about the weight earlier, but still, it has enough bulk to it. It doesn't feel like a big old cheap piece of plastic at all, unlike that Mattel one, which really